What if you didn't just watch a relationship show, but actually experienced a real date night right alongside it? Welcome to a special episode of Open Bedroom Doors Show, where I'm taking you inside a live dinner with a sex therapist experience. I'm Angela Skurtu, sex and relationship therapist, and tonight, this isn't a studio conversation. This is real couples, real questions, real moments of connection, vulnerability, and yes, some heat. You'll see what happens when couples step out of their routine and into something a little more intentional, a little more playful, and a lot more honest. From interactive experiences to anonymous questions answered live in a bed to a kind of conversations most people are too afraid to have. This episode is different because you're not just hearing about how to improve your relationship, you're watching it happen in real time. And if you've ever wondered what's it like to attend dinner with a sex therapist, tonight you're getting a seat at the table. And trust me, this is where things start to get interesting. Like it. All right, what's one myth about sex you wish people would stop believing? Yep.
It's only for baby making.
Oh, it's only for procreating? Yeah, that's a good one. We should change, huh? I like it, for sure. Anyone else? A myth you wish, one myth about sex you wish people would stop believing? Oh, you got one over here. Oh, yeah, no, that's a good one. If you have a lot of sex, then you're a whore is a myth. You're also you're erotically intelligent, and I hope you're having good sex, too. But you're right, because like when those messages show up in our lives, and it makes, particularly that one's towards women, but it makes women feel bad for wanting sex or wanting pleasure, and it prevents them from asking for the things that they're looking for. So that one's a good one, for sure. Somebody else had one, yeah? Yeah, absolutely. Both people have to finish to make it good, or both people have to finish at the same time. Does anybody ever see that on TV? They always seem to come at the same time. Show of hands. How many of you come together at the same time every time you have sex? Yeah, I thought so. But our culture shows it that way. Like every TV show, I was watching. Well, it was a really weird graphic show we were watching that was really, I can't remember the name, but I remember they were like attacking each other and throwing each other. And I remember I was watching it with you, Shane, and I was like, that wouldn't be pleasurable at all. She wouldn't even like that. I don't I'm always judging these shows. I'm like, no, that's not how it works. Here's another question. So if foreplay started outside the bedroom, what could it look like? And foreplay isn't just oral sex, by the way. There's more than that. I need to say it. Yep.
Okay, so just kissing somewhere.
Yeah. Where's a fun place to be kissed in the world?
In the world?
Yeah, anywhere in the world or in your house. Yeah, park, church. You could kiss in church. You could.
I don't know.
It depends on the church.
Yeah.
I consider myself a sex evangelist, so. All right, well, somebody else had one. What's another way to go for it?
Dancing in the kitchen.
Yeah, absolutely. That's I love it. That is a great foreplay, is dancing in the kitchen. He gets 2 stars for that. Any others? Oh, you got one. I didn't see you over there. Go for it. He's got it. Winning. This couple is winning right here. I can tell.
Usually ends in a little bit of laughter, but the robot.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I love it. I love erotic dancing or funny, goofy dancing. It doesn't even have to be erotic. Like, it can be, like, actually, I think as a woman, it's fun to do that where it's like, you like this? You like that? You know, like, it doesn't have to be, it can be funny. It can be goofy. You have another?
No, I haven't finished.
Oh, I didn't know. Go on.
Well, she'll get usually involving twirling.
Twirling? Oh, this? This? I know what you're. I know what he's talking. Do you know what he's talking about? Do I need to mime it again? Y'all have done. Show me. No, I won't make you show. You've all done it. Thank you for your honesty. So I do want you to know this is one of the reasons why I do this, is that because we don't talk about sex in a natural, casual, fun way, people think it's just me, or, this isn't what happens. I don't know how to do that. Like, there's a way that, like, shame gets associated with sex because we don't talk about it like this. And, like, here we are, we're like, yeah, I do that. So even just being in this room and normalizing the fact that, like, quite a few of you helicopter is, like, a way to get more comfortable with your sex life. So this is exactly why I do this, and thank you for being honest about your helicopter situation. Just do it in your bedroom. All right. Well, actually, no. You can do it in the house. You can do it in the kitchen. Just not here. Okay, this is a bonus spicy, not sketchy round. What's the number one ingredient for hot sex long term? Okay, A is novelty, B is emotional safety, and C is perfect technique. Huh? B. I had a few B's. I think, yeah. What did it say? I mean, yeah, that is how to get from, like, more bang for your buck, for sure. But I love dad jokes. Love them so much. Yes, emotional safety. People get their gold stars. All right, what is the best way to ask for a new thing in bed? A, why don't you ever? B, would you be open to trying? Or C, I saw this online, so we're doing it. Yeah? B, I hope you... Well, to be honest, like, it depends on your relationship attitude. If you're like, no, we're going to do this. Let's make this happen. Be yourselves. I don't care. All right. What's a common reason couples stop initiating? Common reason why people start initiating. What do you think? Stop initiating. Oh, food's coming, guys. Yes. Fear of rejection? Absolutely. What?
Kids.
Yeah. Kids are the universal cock block. They don't mean to be, though, and they don't have to be. You just have to have good boundaries with them. Any others? I see.
Feeling self-conscious.
Yeah, absolutely. Body image and feeling self-conscious. Actually, I did a talk for cancer and intimacy just a couple weeks, and that is the number one reason they were stopping was, body image after getting cancer treatment. So, and that's not just in that population, by the way, but yeah, anytime people are feeling uncomfortable in their skin, that can impact things. Thank you. All right, we'll keep it up. All right. What is the best quick reset if sex starts feeling awkward? Okay, actually, I'm going to leave this one open-ended too. So, okay, sex gets awkward. What's a good way to reset? Go for it.
Call for hey, hold on, whoa, this is getting intense.
Okay, so call for a timeout. This is getting intense, and then, like, chill out for a little bit. Okay, yeah, I like that. That works. I don't want it to sound like the best because I feel like you can come up with multiple ways to do this, and I don't like perfectionism. So, like, to say, this is the best way is like, I mean, it's awkward. Just, like, live in the awkward. Yes? Okay, communicate to come up with, like, change up what you're saying, like, to do something different?
Yeah, just a little different.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, hey, this isn't working for me, but I'd be open to something else. I like that. That's good. Yes? Yes. Yeah, absolutely. With a lot of my clients, I teach them that, like, if you use humor for awkwardness in everyday life, you can use the same humor in sex. And actually, it's really fun to be like, I don't know where to put my hands. Right here? That's a penis. I love it. Are there good enough ways to move through awkwardness? We're in it right now, right? I can see this guy. He's like, this is awkward right now. How do I handle it? That's fine. After we played the game of sexy smarts, we slowed things down. We shared aphrodisiac-inspired bites, each one with a fun, flirty twist. Because connection doesn't just happen through conversation, it happens through the senses. One of the things that I have personally noticed about myself for when I am moving into that space of burnout and overwhelm is it's something called go mode, actually. Go mode versus flow mode. So when I am in go mode, I am like, I don't know if this makes sense to anybody, but like even when I'm doing emails, I'm like, my shoulders are tight. I'm like, get it done as quickly as possible. Just go through it. Like, actually, to be fair, before this event, I was in go mode, right? Because I was like, what are all the things I need to remember? And I need to do this. And how can I get this as fast as possible? So like you physiologically feel a different sensation in your body when you're in go mode. When you're in flow mode, though, like, so for those of you, I know some of you are in leadership circles. Have you guys heard of flow in business when you're kind of like having fun and you're getting lost in what you're doing? Have you heard of flow? Okay, I'm just checking. Some of you do. So flow is, it's not actually the same state. Flow is the opposite. It's actually when you feel like you're getting lost in time and you're having so much fun that you kind of forget that time is even passing. And it's more positive. It's more playful and fun. And so one of the things that I look for in terms of helping my couples and myself move out of burnout is looking at my whole life and how many times I'm in go mode versus flow mode. So, for example, a lot of people will say, all right, exercise is a form of self-care. But if you are spending all day like this, get through this email, get through lunch, get through this thing, then like exercise is only going to go so far. And that's the problem, is we kind of see self-care as this sort of like, well, just go get a massage. Well, all right, I mean, you can do the massage, but if all day you're basically staying here, then like, okay, the massage is going to work for the hour, and then you're going to go back to go mode. So if you really want like full self-care, you've got to look at how you live your whole day. So for example, my emails, when I'm doing emails in flow mode versus go mode, there's a different way I'm even treating myself going through the day. It might sound or look like, okay, it takes as long as it takes. I'm going to do one thing at a time. I'm going to do one thing well. That's some of my personal coaching I'll do for myself when I'm trying to stay out of go mode. Or just not go too far into go mode. Also, like, actually, I've had clients talk to me about cooking, for example. Recently, I had a client who was saying, yeah, like, cooking is just so stressful and it's annoying. And I was like, well, it depends actually on what mind state you're in, if you're in go mode versus flow mode. So if you're in go mode cooking, then you're like, oh, I got to get through this and I just got to get this done for everybody. And why is it always my job to do the cooking? Like, that's go mode cooking. And yeah, it is stressful. There's actually an emotional burden of resentment involved in that. Whereas when you're in flow mode cooking, for me, I actually like cooking. I love colors and flavors. And so when I'm in a more flow state with my cooking, it's about putting the colors together. It's about the process. It's about slowing down and like, I smell the spices. I take time to put the different things together. And I'm just in it's a more flow state. So when you think about really getting out of burnout, what I want you to think about is not just like little things like exercise or massage, but think about overall in my day, how far am I getting into my stress response? And how often am I getting so far in my stress response that by the time I'm home, I'm not even able to be present for my partner? So that's another thing I want you to think about. So I happen to have a little ADHD with some hyperactivity. It's a part of me. So when I get too far into my stress zone, when I'm home, it actually feels like static energy in my brain. Meaning, actually, here's how I can tell. So if my daughter says to me, Mom, 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 I know I'm actually in that static brain state because I can't actually hear her. Like I'm literally my brain has gone so far into my go mode and my stress mode that I can't even hear her call my name. By the way, she hasn't yelled at me. That's just how it sounded in my head. She just goes, Mom, Mom. Like it sounds like that every time. Mom, Mom. But I can't hear it because my brain is doing this and spinning and spinning. So that's an example. If you're coming home at the end of the night and you can't hear your daughter say, Mom, then you're likely going far into your go mode and having, some struggle on your way down, essentially. Now, something else I do, hold on, I want to give kind of a high level, why am I talking about this at a dinner with a sex therapist? Because actually, while I want to continue the talk, I want to give you kind of like a why. One of the biggest causes for desire issues is burnout, is that we're doing too much. One of the reasons I want to do this event is because I want to focus on you as couples. We're so busy doing work and kids constantly that we almost never make our relationships a priority. Like the fact that you guys are here is kind of amazing because most people are, there's people who are like, I have my kids, I don't have time, some of you had to get a babysitter to be here. So thank you for being here. But the point is that if we don't address burnout in a more direct way, then we can't get to passion. We need a whole quality of life. And if we think about how burnout leads to troublesome sex, well, think about it. If you get home and now your brain's in this, that's where mine is, or I'm kind of like I said, it's like a static almost, like I'm almost not there. Then you try to be intimate with your partner. Your partner may actually be trying to flirt with you. We were talking about the intimacy of like someone coming up and dancing with you in the kitchen. But if you're in go mode and somebody tries to dance with you, you're going to be like, what are you doing? I got things to do. You have such bad timing. First of all, they're not in your head. They don't know what your timing is. You're responsible for your own timing. But second, it's your go mode that's doing that. And so if you, I'll just so you know, I think timing's bullshit. You can agree or disagree with me on that. But the whole, you have the worst timing of bringing this up. You have the worst way of doing this or that. The reality is, if you're constantly in go mode, when is there good timing? Tell me that. You don't have to tell me. I'm just looking at you. She looked at me at the right time. I'm like, tell me that. And she's like, am I supposed to answer? No. No, but that's what actually happens when somebody says, you have worse timing. It's related to burnout. It's related to working so hard that you can't slow down, that you can't stop. And that by the time your partner might be coming to touch you or bring you close or connect with you, your body is so tense that you can't even feel them touch you, or it feels uncomfortable or even disgusting when they touch you. That's how far it can go. And this is what I need you to understand. Go mode is your fight, flight, freeze, fawn response, your sympathetic nervous system. And the further you are in that system, the harder it is to access desire and passion. So that's why we're going to talk about from burnout to passion, okay? All right, so another thing that I look for in terms of my self-care and how do I make sure that I am really taking care of my body is I listen to anger. How many of you guys are like cool with your relationship with anger? Show of hands.
Love being angry.
Well, so this doesn't mean I want you belligerently or aggressively attacking each other. Please don't mishear me. But here's how I use anger to figure out how far I've gone. If in an experience I find myself getting angry, I consider two things. One, what boundary is supposed to be in my life that's not right now? And two, what am I saying yes to that I really should say no to? So I use this in my business. I use this in my personal life in terms of how I manage priorities with my family. And I use this, with my clients. Well, I guess that is my business, but even coming up with policies for how I'm helping my clients. I use this sense of okay, I'm feeling anger here. What's up with this? And so what I mean by having a good relationship with anger, it doesn't mean hulking it out into someone's room, be like, oh, smash. But Hulk has heart. No, but it does look like, okay, how far am I being pushed? And I want to tell you something unique about women and anger. When women have freedom and permission to be a little angry, they have more access to their desire. That doesn't mean I'm not talking about belligerence or being aggressively mean. I'm just saying women who have access to that part of themselves, hey, I'm not cool with this. This doesn't feel right. Guess what that's telling you? Your boundaries. What's okay or not okay. This is from my book, by the way. But I love the image. I had my niece create this. This is from my No to Yes scale, and it is in the book that you all got. But I want to teach you a little bit about your boundaries using this scale. So how to decide, how your anger can tell you what boundary you have is if you're in the no thank you, I said no space, or no space. So if somebody asks you to do something and you're like, no thank you, okay, you're in a space of it's not so far into that sympathetic nervous system. You're actually in a good enough space to say no and move on. But have you ever felt that thing where it feels like somebody just keeps pushing your boundary and they're like, well, they keep pushing, keep prodding, keep trying to get you to that next space. So you're like, I said no. And then again, if they keep pushing you, then you do get to a place of no, don't touch me. Don't talk to me about this. I have clients right now who for example, actually, parents who, this was more specific to women, but I have women who sometimes have a lot of touch all day from their kids. And really, while I know you love your kids and touching them and hugging them is nice, it's still kind of okay, I need space. I need to hey, my daughter, all right, I'm going to use my daughter as an example. I always talk about my daughter. She's 10, and she's growing into a woman's body, which means, so her brain is not a woman's body age at all. But her body, she is this tall and huge. So I want you to think a German shepherd sitting on your lap, which it's I love you, I'm so excited to see you, and I just want to be here. And you're oh my God, this is the heaviest thing I've ever had on my life. So if I actually experience that where my daughter, she's just trying to show me love, she's a good kid, she deserves my love. But if I don't set a boundary with her, which is this what we're working on, hey, Olivia, ow, that hurts. Can you please, sit here, sit next to me, not on top of me. I know that 2 years ago she could sit on my lap, but she cannot sit on my lap anymore. Or because she's unintentionally doing it, but she's pushing me more into my no space. And I could feel it in my body. There was this, she was jumping on the bed, and of course she also doesn't know where she is in time and space. So she elbowed me and kneed me, and it was so painful that I found myself aggressively responding. And I felt so bad because of course mom guilt. And so I'm Olivia, I'm so mad. But then I was okay, Angela, okay, you're being pushed into your no space. How do you talk to your kid in a kid-friendly sort of way? And so I want you to pay attention to this, because when you're pushed into your own no space, then that shuts you down. Especially if you don't feel as a team you guys can talk to each other about things that you need. For example, if you feel like everything is piling on you and everything around the house is your job and you never get help, that's you getting pushed further into your no, I said no, no space. And some people aren't saying that directly to each other. Like you're just experiencing it in your body. And this impacts your intimacy. It impacts your access to passion. So going back to the point, one way to really do self-care and to like shift burnout is to notice that anger or just that sensational feel of like, I am going to snap somebody. And that helps with real self-care and not just, like I said, it's not just exercise. It's more than that. It's, okay, I don't just need exercise. I need some alone time tonight. I have caretaken all day for everyone at work, and now I'm caretaking at home, and now I don't want to blow you. just so you know, that's how it kind of like progresses. But if for just one moment you had just a little opportunity to like take care of yourself and slow down, maybe you might be open to intimacy. So what is your life portion of work-life balance? So I did come up with a fun acronym because I thought, why not? You know, people love those. So love, intention, fun, experience. So when the other part like of really addressing burnout is having a quality of life, right? So I'm sure most of you are workers of sorts in this room. And while work is great, it's not life. It's not the life part of work-life balance. And this is, what's funny is this is where I can actually get challenged too. So I actually love my job. Like I love what I'm doing here. I love sex therapy. I am in the heart of my passion when I am doing this work. But it's work. Everything I did to make this happen, to make you guys come here, was work. So I have to have a separate life, separate from work. And think about how challenging that is as a sex therapist. It's like there's like a separate sexual Angela versus a separate work sexual Angela, because it's very clinical. I mean, well, it's like this. But the fun, sexy Angela, you guys may never know, because it's a different version that's life Angela. And so when you're thinking about your life version of yourself, life is about love and connection. So when do you feel like in flow mode, that sense of connection and closeness to your partner? When do you feel like love and like warmth? You guys were talking about ways during the day where you feel deeply connected to your partner through a touch. Like love is the life part, or intention. So the couples that I know that are having great sex are just intentional about it. One, they communicate. They're very direct. There's no like beating around the bush. They're like, well, you know, there could be a bush. I don't care. No judgments, right? But like, they're direct with each other. They're like, hey, you want to do something tonight? What can we do to get there? How do you want to flirt a little bit to get to a place of intimacy? And they're even direct about the process to get to desire, because it doesn't just go from diapers to desire. Like we have to go first with a sense of like, how do we slow down together? How do we connect? How do we create closeness? Okay, now how do we start flirting and playing with each other? Couples who have good sex lives are just intentional about it. They're intentional about bringing things up, trying new things. They are intentional about novelty, but they're very direct. Life is about fun. Like, what do you do for fun? Not work. Fun. I actually love asking therapists that question. My favorite question to ask a therapist is, what do you do for fun? And they're like, oh, I don't just work a lot. I know, and you're supposed to help people be happy, right? You have to have fun. And then experiences. So you've probably heard this around the bend, but it's about like life experiences. Actually, you guys being here is a kind of life experience. And thank you all for like taking a chance on this, because I know that like some of you were like, what the hell are we signing up for? You're signing up for something weird and quirky. But this kind of life experience is how we have fun and like do something goofy and weird. It's about weird and fun and unique experiences. And that's what makes life worth living. So when you're really looking at how do I change from burnout to passion, start living a quality life outside of work. sex myths versus reality. Men are sexual and women are emotional. This one pisses me off. You're all whole people. You're all emotional and sexual. There's nothing about a penis that means you can't be sad or disappointed or feel rejected. He's giving me a dirty look. He's like, you take that back, Angela. You have emotions, I promise. My husband says that to me all the time. He's like, how dare you, Angela? But you do. Men have emotions, and women, you're sexual. Like, there's nothing about a vagina that means you're not a sexual person. You've been sexual this whole time. Now, here's where this myth comes from. Socializing. So growing up, all of us were taught this stuff, and men and women were strategically blocked from the opposite thing. Here's an example. So men, why men struggle with emotional intelligence is because anytime they do show emotion or vulnerability, we punish the hell out of them in society. So our society abuses men for showing vulnerability and emotion. So they grow up struggling with that, struggling to talk to you, the very person they're married to, that they're supposed to be having this emotionally connected relationship with. We abused it out of them. There are some of you that make your way through it anyways, so thank you to those of you who found a way to stay in tune with your emotions. But most of you, or well, I don't want to say you, I'm not blaming anyone in this room. Most men have to learn how to do that because every step along the way they've been taught it's not okay. And we intentionally block women from sex. Think of it. She's just a whore, right? It's not a man whore. If you say man whore, everybody's like, aw, that's cute. You know, like, no, it is like we intentionally block women from sexual pleasure. And everything we say to them growing up, everything. And you wonder why every woman in the room has body image issues. It's like, because we make them feel like shit. That's why. So you're all whole people. You all have access to all of them, but we have, as a society, blocked these, and it's made it really hard for you to talk to each other. Next myth. It's natural for the passion in relationships to die. It's another one. They all anger me, by the way. All of them anger me a little bit, but I listen. That's me feeling like I'm being pushed into my no space, right? Because like these are the things I'm fighting every day. With every couple I'm helping, I'm trying to challenge these myths and change the world, one bedroom at a time. Here's the story. Yes, you do have easier access to passion in the first 2 years of a relationship. That's the honeymoon phase, right? So yeah, it's easier because, all right, well, let's think about the chemicals, the I love you chemicals that are popping in your body, like dopamine and oxytocin, and like, yeah, there's a lot of exciting chemicals that do pop around when you first meet each other because it's new and exciting. But couples who keep the passion after those 2 years, do you know what the only difference is? Take a guess based on something I said earlier today. What's the difference between a couple who keeps passion alive and a couple who doesn't? Yeah, that's it. That's it. Communication. Communication, that's one of the big ones. Yeah, it's communication. And intentional effort into their erotic lives. So yes, you do, after the first 2 years, need to be intentional about how you try things, explore, and talk. But the only difference between the happy couples and the unhappy ones is communication. Direct, intentional. Thank you. He's playing along with it. And then myth is the American sex box is the only kind of sex. So I'm going to teach you about the sex box because this is another thing that pisses me off. And it's part of my creative sexuality model that I write in my book. I hope you read it. So, all right, the American sex box is we kiss a little, we touch a little. Sometimes we go down on each other, but it's not required. And then we do penis and vagina intercourse. One of you orgasms. Usually it's the guy. That's the American sex box. And it's blocking everyone from good sex. All right, I'm not saying you can't have that. I call that like sausage and peanut butter and jelly sex, or like your sausage and pepperoni pizza sex, because like you think of those as the most common ones that people are going to eat, right? It's like every time I talk, I can hear my double entendre references. I really don't mean to do them sometimes. So that American sex box is one way to have sex, but what I teach as a part of my creative sexuality model is that your whole body is capable of giving and receiving pleasure. And why this causes so much harm is as soon as problems occur, then if you can't have sex like that, then you feel like something's wrong with you. And it's not. It's this that's wrong. But my cancer clients that I work with, they may want me to call them something else, so if that's not PZ, sorry. I don't know if any of them are here. So, all right, think of what happens with cancer, prostate cancer, ED. Like when you treat prostate cancer, a whole host of men just struggle with, some of them will never be able to have an erection again, period, because of the way that the cancer treatment impacted their bodies. So if the American sex box is the only way you can be sexual, they are fucked, and not in a good way. But if you learn this other way, that like your whole body is capable of giving and receiving pleasure, that means you can be making out for the night. You could be doing pleasurable massage. You can do sensational, like sensory massage. That's not just like you can touch genitals with a massage. You're allowed to touch each other. I don't give a shit. Like do what you want. But like you can learn to kiss in different ways. You can learn to orgasm in different parts of your body. I actually learned that from one of my clients who was paralyzed from the waist down. He said that he had relearned to orgasm in his chest. And I was like, I didn't know that was a possibility. But it is. It is. So if you're stuck in this box, as soon as problems hit, which they will, that's the other thing. So everyone has sexual problems at some point in their life. Literally every person. Not because there's something wrong with you, because we age and we go through illness. We go through issues. Everyone in the entire world will have some sexual problem they need to address. And if you can fight and break this myth, you can still be sexual. Actually, one of the biggest, quickest one is pregnancy. As soon as somebody has a baby, guess what? You can't have sex in the typical way. Like, there's a whole shit show going on down here for like 2 months. You know, I don't know, she smiled, but like, me too, right? We were there. I wasn't trying to single you out, but like all of us moms have been there. It's like, you don't want that sex box. But if you're capable of being open-minded, like you could still have intimacy during that time. That's actually when people start their sexual problems, is right after baby, typically. Because they're stuck here. If it's not this, it doesn't count. And that's wrong. And people are missing out on whole kinds of beautiful intimacy because of this. So the creative sex model. The whole body is capable of giving and receiving pleasure. Boundaries make it safe to play. And pleasure is way more than orgasms. So yes, I do want you to have orgasms, but keep in mind, orgasms are about 5 seconds. The whole sexual experience. So like, for example, like one of my favorite games is Kiss Me the Way You Want to Be Kissed. All you do is one of you kisses the other person in some way you want to be kissed, and you try to have them mimic it. A whole game of sexual pleasure can happen based on, oh, where are we going to kiss? How are we going to kiss? Oh, kiss here. Like, you don't know where your kiss feels good. It feels good back here. So, but when you start to see pleasure as way more than orgasm, it's the entire experience. It's the process. Remember that flow thing from earlier? They're all connected. It's a whole puzzle. When you learn to get lost in the process of sex, then you get lost in the pleasure. And it's about finding joy in every step of the way, playing, connecting. Sex is way more than orgasms. Doesn't mean I don't want you to get them. And actually, just so you know, you can get orgasms in your feet. You can get orgasms in your spine. You can get orgasms here. Apparently, from that guy, you can get them here, too. Your whole body is capable of orgasmic pleasure, too. You just got to be willing to explore and try new things. It's kind of cool. I think the body's cool. So self-care is about whole life quality. Talk and connect every day. Exercise can be part of a bigger life strategy of self-care, but laugh, flirt, cuddle, kiss, fantasize, and live. I know it's small, but you have to learn to live a life, the life part of work-life balance. And you are more than your job. I'm definitely a type A plus personality, so I understand that pull to just constantly work and go, go, go. But you're way more than your work, and to have a work-life balance requires the life part. When lovers stay curious and have direct conversations, they can have a passionate love. Chemistry is created and built over time. Good lovers are good friends, and good friends are good lovers. Because if you think about it, you need both emotional intelligence and erotic intelligence to have a good sex life. So the ability to talk and try new things. And erotic intelligence is this ability to be curious and explore and not be too judgy about it. Like, hey, I tried this, that wasn't so bad. Like, I was telling her, you can call him Kiwi from now on. It might be a cute my little Kiwi, term of endearment. We do have to challenge old myths and beliefs that are no longer serving us. I only gave you 3. God, there's so many. That's why I do this job. And actually, that's why I'm always hired, because there's a lot we have to work out in this society. And I just want you to remember, your whole body is capable of giving and receiving pleasure. Boundaries make it safe to play. Respecting boundaries is how you show love. It's how you show love. And creative sexuality is intentionally and mutually created. And you're working on mind, body, and heart connection. So you've heard of mind-body connection, right? But I want your heart connected too. That's what the love part is about. So yes, you can do yoga, which I do copious yoga to manage my self-care. So just so you know. But it's more than that. It's about cultivating love. What if connection could be this simple and this delicious? Welcome to Sensual Bites, a playful way to explore trust, curiosity, and your senses. Step 1, talk it out. Share your limits and your interests, what sounds fun, and what's off the menu. Step 2, take turns feeding your blindfolded partner. No peeking, just feeling, tasting, and experiencing. Step 3, slow it down. Savor every flavor, every texture, every moment. This isn't just about food. It's about learning how to give, how to receive, and how to play safely together. Because when you bring curiosity to the table, connection gets a whole lot more delicious. Okay, so I'm going to introduce you to all my toys. So these are my BDSM bears. This is Barry Bonds. And this is Consent Cub. And they are in a consensual kink relationship. Obviously, this one is the sub, because you see, I don't know if you guys know these terms. This is the sub and this one's the dom. They've been in a relationship for a long time. So, and then I have my horny penis, just in case I need it. And this actually is a vulva puppet. And I use this actually to teach people how to touch partners. This is interesting about the vulva puppet. It really is a puppet. You can put your hand in the back. And I had the lady who made it. So I was at the ASEC conference, which is our National Sex Ed conference. And she said the reason you do it is because you have the partner show him how she would want it to be touched, and he can feel it on his hand. Like he feels the pressure. And I was like, oh, I didn't know. All right, what is the best sex position? I mean, I don't know. Whatever one feels good for you. Okay, so you guys don't know this, but if you ever decide to watch my Open Bedroom Door show, I start every episode with the sex positions. And basically, it's where I judge media and culture. Or I actually show a real position. So I did a whole segment on a bed, and I showed sex positions for knee pain, sex positions for back pain. Then we have a kitchen back here, so I got to do sex positions in the kitchen. So I just keep making it bigger and better every time. And right now we're working on a hot tub sponsor, so I cannot wait to potentially do sex positions in a hot tub. And I really want to do it in a closet too. These are just my ideas for the future of the show. But so, if anybody would like for me to promote your business, then you can sponsor the show and let me do a sex position somewhere in your cool business. Just saying, it's hilarious. Okay, hold on. Oh, I did tell my I did tell my interns that they could come up soon. So would you like to join me for a little slumber party style Q&A? Oh, this one could be a good like point counterpoint. Is porn okay? What do you think, Tammy?
I think it's up to the individual. If they like it, then go for it. Okay. If it bothers you, don't.
I like that. What do you think?
So I think the same thing. If it's okay with the couple, then, go for it.
Yeah, I would say the same. I always say, so of course they're trained by me too, so they've been trained to say these things. But no, so there's a spectrum of values, and whatever your values are, I really want you to follow them, right? So I have couples who say, no, that's just not okay. That's against our values. So then, yeah, porn wouldn't be okay in that situation. Or if you're on the side of, yeah, it's fine as long as we do it together. All I care about is, remember the thing I keep telling you guys to do? Yay! Communicate! That's all I give a shit about. Just communicate. Yeah. Communicate what you're okay with, what you're not okay with, and be direct. Be honest. So if one of you is okay and one of you is not okay, do you think it's okay to be watching porn then? No. If really you guys are on a different page, then you guys got to figure that out. Mm-hmm. So that would be another one where it's if they're both not on the same page, then I'd really like them to figure out some answers first. How or what would you recommend when something you are interested in your partner has no interest in trying or doing? I'm curious what you think. You can reread it.
Think?
Yeah, go ahead. I don't have to just hold it in your face.
Okay, so how or what would you recommend when something you are interested in, your partner has no interest in doing? I would say if they're not comfortable with it, then don't do it, because it comes down to respect. But also, if you feel safe, then you're more apt to try new things.
Okay. All right, that's good. What do you think? You can look at it too. Tell us your thoughts.
The common theme is communication and collaboration, coming up with a different way to do it. Maybe there's compromise in there. So if you like it from behind and she doesn't, then maybe you come up with a different idea.
I like that.
Just collaborate. Be open to communicate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's negotiating. Yeah, absolutely. And I would say, too, sometimes you're not asking the right questions, or you're assuming things about the situation that if you can learn to ask certain kinds of questions, you might actually be closer than you think. You mentioned doing it from behind. I was trying to think of okay, I'm going to use oral sex actually on this. So sometimes people are like, oh, I just hate going down on somebody. I hate going down on somebody. But if you are open to having a good conversation about it, sometimes there's little tweaks that can be done to make it better. It might be, it's not that I don't want to go down on you, but it's that sometimes I don't know, we're sweaty or it's the end of the day. What if we showered before we went down on each other? Or we made shower a part of our intimacy, for example. Other times it's people have this idea that okay, so this is what I don't like about porn, by the way. So again, if you watch porn, no judgments. If you don't, no judgments. But here's what I hate about porn. It shows, to me, it's just not erotic. It shows oral sex in this that's not sexy to me. It's really gross. And to me, okay, and if you like it, that's fine. Again, no judgments. But if somebody were to ask me to go down on them like that, and that's what I thought, I'd be like, no, I don't want to do that if that's what's in my head. But if couples could talk about, so random story. My first boyfriend introduced me to oral sex by asking me, what would make this nice for you? He said, I would like you to go down on me. I would like us to have this experience, but I want it to be a nice experience for you. What could we do to make it positive for you? Think of how healthy of an introduction that was for oral sex for me. I just want you to think about that. I was 19 years old, And I was like, huh. So first of all, Italian lovers.
Mom!
I still love you, babe, but I'm just saying. He was a great lover, too. He's used to me. There you are, babe. I love you. But anyhow, no, like, it was a great introduction. And actually, we had a whole conversation before about, okay, well, how do we make this a positive experience? And he's like, well, you know you love that Fun Dip, because that is my favorite candy. I was like, Fun Dip, you say? It's like, yeah, what if we put a little Fun Dip on it and you just kind of lick it off? What do you think about that? And I was like, all right, we could try this, you know. It was fun. It was surprising. It was a little different. I will say I'm not a big fan of Fun Dip on a penis. I did learn that. But, like, I at least tried it. It has a weird taste when they mix around. It's just not as fun that way. But the point was, it was a good intro, and now I have a good relationship with oral sex because I was positively introduced. And that's what I want you to hear in terms of what you said and what you said. Is like, if you have a good conversational style, he's like, yeah. He's going to be like, thumbs up. I love you, honey, so much. Like, if you have a good way to talk to each other, you can try things and explore things and relearn things that maybe you didn't like with new, fresh eyes.
For sure.
What's the best dirty talk that's not dorky? Oh, I like this. You can go first.
Oh my gosh, I needed a minute. Oh, I don't know. I'm trying to think.
Well, what if it could just be dorky? Why does
I
it
was
have to
going to
not
say,
I thought of my husband,
looking
and I
over
immediately
at
thought
him, and I
dorky.
mean, I say all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, let's challenge that idea. Why does it matter if it's dorky?
Yeah.
Dorky is endearing to me. I love it.
Yeah.
You guys like dorky?
Yeah, and it's about having fun.
Yeah.
You know, we're not judging it. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah, I say whatever you want, whatever makes you happy turns you on or turns your partner on. It doesn't matter if it's dorky or not.
Yeah. I think that's yucking someone's yum when you call it dorky.
Oh,
yeah. It's like it's dorky or that's weird. Like, no, I would like you to embrace weird.
Yes.
Weird and awkward and dorky is the funnest style of flirting. I'm telling you. Actually, this is something I teach all my couples is just encourage any effort at all. Like instead, okay, so have you all seen Addams Family Values? Have you all seen that movie from afar? Okay, so there's this scene where Fester and Fester and Debbie and Gomez and Morticia are all going on a double date. And of course Gomez is the suave one, so he's like, we are unworthy of such beautiful women, and they're like, ooh, swoon, you know, which is great. And then Fester's trying to chime in. He's just trying to put himself out there. So he's like, we should have ugly girls. And the girls are like, So I gotta be honest with you. We're all Festers. Like, nobody's a Gomez. Like, we all are just figuring it out and trying things. And so if in your relationship you just encourage effort, you could eventually grow into a Gomez. But if you're expecting every time to be like Gomez level, then you're gonna miss a lot of really awesome Fester moments. So, like, I would just encourage any effort at all. Hey, you're flirting. Let's do it. Let's have a fun time. Thank you. I see what you're trying there. Thank you. I like it. That's me flirting with you. Or at least attempting. You saw I was dorky, but who cares? It was fun. Yeah, who cares? Do you recommend a sex swing? Have any of you...
I'll take that one. And it's in our closet. No, you know, it is really good that way. It takes pressure off of your body. If as we've gotten older, it makes it easier in many ways. And it's at the right height to go down. You know, it's great. No, I absolutely recommend it. We did have to modify ours, but we can talk later if y'all want to talk about it.
All right, come up to her you can ask her questions afterwards. Anything? Have you ever tried it?
Yeah, they're fun.
Oh, tell us. Tell us your experience.
It was fun. It was a little awkward at first. Took a little practice.
It was dorky.
It was dorky, but it was fun. I really liked it.
Yeah. Okay. This is my secret. I've never tried one before. Everybody assumes sex therapists have done like everything and they're the kinkiest persons, but you guys don't realize I'm an 80-year-old woman at heart. Like a sex swing. Here's my one experience with a sex swing. We were hanging out, like we went to this campground and we had these friends who gave us, they had like a extra cabin we could sleep in, and so they set up an air mattress and it was under their sex swing. That's my only experience, and me and Shane were like, is that are we sleeping under their set? Okay. This is happening. That's my only experience with a sex swing, just so you know. And I'll just say, I'll never forget it. I'm glad you two were here to share.
Yeah.
So, sex swing, yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Maybe I'll try one not sleeping under it. Okay, how does stress or trauma impact libido? I'll answer this one. You guys can chime in too if you want. It can absolutely impact libido. I mean, that's what I was talking about in the talk today. Like, if you're constantly in that go mode and stress, it can be hard. But I will tell you, there are some people who have learned to use sex as a form of relaxation. So it's not that stress itself stops you from sex. It's how you use it to relax. That is the difference. So I am somebody who can use sex through stress, but there are things I need to do to get there. First, like if I'm really super stressed, I have told my husband we need to bang one out just so I can kind of like relax and slow down. We do, instead of having like a whole, he's giving me the thumbs up. He's like, I got you, babe. He is the most generous man. He is so giving. But so I just want you to know, you can bang one out as a form of stress relief, but also there's a different way you might approach it when you are stressed. Maybe instead of going straight for sex, you actually massage each other and you use intimacy or the way you do intimacy to slow down the body. So some people really can't do what I just explained and need like a step or two ahead. So maybe it looks like, hey, can we like talk? Or hey, can we get in our hot tub and like slow down and connect? Can we maybe do a shower? I think I can do a shower tonight. I don't think I can be sexual, but a shower might slow me down. And then tomorrow, maybe I'll be more interested in being frisky. So what I really want you to consider about stress is, one, your relationship with stress and sex and what you were taught about it. Because you can have sex when you're stressed, angry, sad. I know people who have grief sex, by the way, like when they're super sad. One of the guys that I interviewed for my podcast said that his sex gets way more kinky, actually, when he's grieving, which that was unique for me. But I see it, like I really want to just honor whatever way you connect with sex is totally fine. And whatever emotion you associate with sex is completely fine. But I also challenge you to examine your beliefs about what you can or can't do, because a lot of them have been just in your raising, and many of them are bullshit. So I told you about burnout because I just want you to live a quality life, and I do see that when couples are living higher quality lives, then it is easier for them to be sexual more frequently. But also, we're going to have to challenge a lot of not serving like histories to get to, that actually is the trauma part. I wasn't answering the trauma part, but now I'm getting there. So any shame you've been taught about sex, any trauma you have associated with sex probably does need to be worked out and addressed to shift that and how that's impacting your sex life. Do you guys have anything to say on those? Because I don't want to like lose you. Go ahead.
I'll speak to the trauma part a little more. So
Okay.
I deal with a lot of domestic violence survivors, and trauma doesn't always have to look like if your wife has had a rape situation or anything like that. When they're in there, there is a certain way to, we talked earlier about safety, and it really comes around that. So whether it's that extreme of a situation of trauma, or if you're just, maybe when you were raised, boys had to be a certain way, girls had to be a certain way. There could be shame around ejaculation or masturbation, and that could also be a form of trauma. So it's really creating that safe space for each other to be able to talk about it. That's so, so important, and not to be afraid to talk about it.
So when it takes me too long to orgasm, I get up in my head and feel bad. It's taking me so long. How do I stay out of my head? I have, if you guys are interested, check out my YouTube channel at Open Bedroom Doors, because I talk a lot about this topic. It's sexual self-compassion. And really it just looks like first giving yourself permission to take it takes as long as it takes. Remember earlier from the burnout talk? It takes as long as it takes. But you have to give yourself permission to let your body do what it does. So that one is actually really common for women in particular, because it does take us a while to orgasm. And it does take us a while to get to even being mentally open enough to be sexual. And so, like, it takes you full body stimulation to even potentially be available to get to an orgasm. So it might be that you need to slow down the entire sexual experience and give yourself permission to take as long as it takes. But be kind to yourself, like, it just takes me a little while. Like, or maybe I need a vibrator because I used to be able to get an orgasm through oral, but I just need something stronger. If you don't have an Old Faithful Hitachi vibrator, I really encourage you to get one. Because sometimes you've been trying, and whatever they're doing it's not always that he's doing a right or wrong thing. Sometimes you have just gotten in your head and you need something stronger. So please find the buzz of your choice, but I really strongly suggest the Hitachi. Any questions or thoughts you guys have? Okay.
Actually, I would also say, tell him to go, if it's a guy, tell him to go a different way. Try something different. Also,
yeah!
You know, try taking a break from insertion and maybe have him go down and have some fun down there.
Or you can sit on his face.
That's right. Change positions.
I second that.
Safely.
I said it safely. Yeah, that's why I said I seconded.
Yeah. So I think it's just, you can also try it out. So, try different things. Yeah.
Anything you want to add to that?
No, that's exactly what I was going to say. Try something different.
Something different. How do you flirt hard in a public place? You get to go first.
How do you flirt hard?
How do you flirt hard really hard? I don't know. I don't know
what flirting hard in a public place is.
Well, then just do flirt.
I would
How do
say,
you flirt in a public place?
I mean, holding hands and little kisses and whispers and laughing.
Whispers.
Yeah, giggling. I mean, it's just that little connection. Or if you've got a secret little way that you'd let your spouse or your boyfriend or girlfriend know that, hey, let's go get kinky, and you let them know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Love it. What about you, Tammy? What do you think? Flirt hard. We're going to flirt hard. Sorry. Well, I don't know what it means either, but we're going to learn.
That's what I would do.
What's that? What'd you say?
I was shaking my boobs.
Oh, yeah, shaking. Oh, yeah.
It is Mardi Gras season.
Yes, that's right. Oh, gosh, I think you just kind of create your own things. I did have a couple that did flirt hard, and they would, when they would see each other from the other side of the room, they would just kind of run towards each other like slow-mo.
Oh,
yeah. It was so cute.
I love it.
Yeah.
I guess, I will say I do flirt hard all the time, but really what I mean by that is I just flirt all day, every day. Me and my partner, we both work from home. And I do have clients come to my home, but he works upstairs and I work downstairs. So anything that says I like you. I've actually stopped, I don't do it with clients, but I'll stop a supervision session because they're cool. But I'll stop a supervision midway and be like, he's leaving for lunch, and then I run out and I give him a kiss. Because we know each other's patterns too. Like I said, I won't do it to clients because I have to be a little more professional around you. But my supervisees know what's up, and they're like, oh yeah, go for it. It's like, I love him. I love you. So I honestly think flirting is something that's worth doing every day, all day long, and it's how it's how I stay connected to my partner. Yeah. Yeah. All right, that was the last question. So I want to leave this with a final thought. Just to recap, right? So creative sexuality, your whole body is capable of giving and receiving pleasure. And boundaries do make it safe to play. So like talking about safety really means talking about boundaries and settings and situations that make it safer. So like while some people are comfortable flirting in public, some people aren't as much, or some people are open to it, but if it's a little more private, so like under the table, you know, I'm not really trying to flirt with you, but you know, I was just modeling. It's modeling, people. So anyhow, you have a right to whatever boundaries you need to feel safe, right? But you do have to talk about them so you can feel safe. And then there's way more to pleasure than orgasms, although I want you to have as many orgasms as you like. I want you to think of the whole experience as a positive sexual experience. So I thank you all for joining me for tonight and for bearing with us, as this is actually our first time doing this in this location. It's the second time I've done a dinner with a sex therapist. But there were a lot of new moving parts, including mattress talks, which thank you, by the way. But also thank you all for coming and being really curious and open-minded. This was fun. Everybody have a great night and have a sexy, happy Valentine's Day.
She's pulling everything out of the thing.
Well, that's a wrap on this episode of the Open Bedroom Door Show. Real talk for real relationships. If you laughed, learned, or blushed a little, you're welcome. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with a friend who needs a little more real talk in their life. Got a burning question about sex, love, or relationships? Check out openbedroomdoors.com and submit a contact form. Your question might just be featured in a future Happy Ending segment. Until next time, keep it honest, keep it sexy, and most of all, keep those bedroom doors open. Good night and have a sexy tomorrow.